Today we're going to have a look at my CanCooker cooker. Track Supply, it's 50 bucks. Cooked on it twice already. This is a CanCooker Companion. It's made by Seth McGinn's. If you don't know what the CanCooker is, you can research it. It really is pretty cool. Track Supply had it for 50, as stated. There's a 1.5 gallon version. There's the CanCooker Junior, which is a 2 gallon, which is about 2 inches taller. And there's also a big 4 gallon. Comes with a lid, silicone seal that does come off for easy cleaning. And there's a 2-piece rack, steaming rack. You can not only use this for steaming this pot, but you can also use it for boiling, pot frying. You can use it for all kinds of things. There's hundreds of recipes for the CanCooker series, and I'd like to try them all. Today I'm in the camper. I was going to do this outside in the woods over a fire, but it's got 7 to 10 mile per hour winds, and we just had a lot of rain, so everything's wet. So we're just going to do it in the camper. Let me start preparing the food. One thing I can say I don't like, the latch is sensitive. You barely touch it, it snaps off. Maybe over time it'll wear in, and once it sets grooves, as you can see in the lid, from putting the latch on and off, it dents the aluminum. It's all aluminum construction. So maybe over time it'll wear itself in. There's really no adjustability on it without trying to bend something. But I believe after a good bit of use and breaking in, it'll be fine. I've got you mounted to the sink faucet right now, and when it's time I can just turn you to the stove. Anyway, let me get started. I can't really see the screen, the camera, so I'm just going to have to assume and hope that it's where it needs to be. Today's menu, got some steak, sausage, onions, and potatoes. We got potatoes. Cutting board, knife, and a plate, another pan. Put that in. I'm gonna fast forward through some of this process. I'm sure no one wants to watch a video the whole time of me cutting food. There's only so much talking I can do. I really just have to quarter up the potatoes so it doesn't fall through the steam rack. That was the lid, the latch for the CanCooker. Cooked in it 2 to 3 times. It's never popped off while cooking. I'm guessing once you got the heat on, it expands maybe. Metal expands. Gets a little tighter. I haven't really thought too much about it, why it does it, and what I can do to fix it. Still a great device. Then you see about that latch staying on all the time. It works on the principle of steaming food. Use it as stated as a regular boiling pot. There really should be enough potatoes. Let me cut one more. carrots. There's really nothing to cut on the carrots. It's gonna go in like that. We got a fresh chopped onion that I froze last week. So I'll put that on there. Bell peppers. And we got some smoked pork sausage. Celery. We'll have a few pieces of celery now. Hope it doesn't fall through the rack. Cut bigger pieces. Growing onion, just gonna lay on top. The whole onion. I'm only going to use 2. This is a beef round steak. It's been in my freezer for a while. Time to get rid of it. Who doesn't enjoy steak anyway? Remove this stuff. Rinse the dishes. The bag. There's the blood. Alright. Steak's gonna go in whole, just like this. Move it again. I think we're back on track. Seasoning I use what's called a Harvest Blend. It's basically Rouse's. It's a big chain of supermarkets where I'm from. Yeah. Harvest Blend. It's similar to Mrs. Dash, and it's a little bit of garlic powder. And I forgot the salt. I'll have to go get some salt. in here. Yes, I have salt. Iodized salt. There's a little packet that comes with MREs. Has gum, salt, pepper, sweetener, coffee. A whole lot of things like that. Normally I use sea salt. See if I can mess this up. Not too bad. Alright, no pepper. We'll live. Alright, so my next step is to take the can cooker. And we won't be using water today. We'll be using mellow yellow. $12 ounces of mellow yellow. And actually I will put a little bit of water. Get a room temperature bottle. Maybe just a couple ounces of water, not a lot. Alright. Get my tongs. I really don't need the tongs right now. Here's what I'll do. Just spread the potatoes. Some sausage. No particular order. How you stack it. It's all going to get cooked. More potatoes. Celery. Now, at this point, I guess carrots is good. These are baby carrots. Normally I use fresh carrots. This will serve the purpose today. Could have been more organized. It'll be alright. The onions, I was debating whether I should chop them up or leave them whole. I think I'm gonna leave them whole. It's gonna be steamed green onions. I've never had steamed green onions. They will be the first. So I'm going to take 2 steaks, lay it on top, and 4 lay on top. Let me let you get a view of what's in the pot. Take you out. Now I've got the Mountain Dew in the rack. There's like a 3/4 inch air gap between the rack and the bottom, and that's what I put everything on top of. And that's the steaks. We'll put the steaks in. I hope the camera's still where it needs to be. It's pretty good sized steaks. They're a little bigger than a hand. Now the Mountain Dew is going to ball and create steam. I'm sure these steaks are going to look a lot smaller when they come out. The steaks are not actually boiling in the Mountain Dew. It's just Mountain Dew is boiling underneath it, creating steam and heat. It's supposed to be a healthy way to cook. Diced up bell peppers. We're going to throw that on top. The good thing about this cook system, you can add food at any time during the cooking process. So if you only want to cook, let's say, potatoes for 20 minutes and your meat for longer, you can start the process of cooking your meat and throw your potatoes in at any time you want after. Nice. Half onion per steak. Everybody loves onions. It's different at first to get used to working through a little hole of a pot. You pretty much got to pull everything out with tongs. Then the frog leg stew, I guess I would call it, last week, and after a half hour the frog legs are falling apart, and frog legs are really a tough meat. That's why a lot of people don't like frog legs. It tastes similar to chicken, but it's a tough, chewy meat. They were very tender after a half hour in this pot. I believe I just used regular water to cook it in. I actually boiled it down, sort of like pot fried frog legs, versus cooking with steam. And that's it. Let me pick up my seasonings, put that in the freezer for next round. Give you a view inside the pot. I'm going to put the lid on it. Put it to ball. Steam. This front latch is the one that's very sensitive on mine. Yours may not be the same. Turn the faucet. This faucet makes a pretty handy camera mount, you know. Top of the lid is a little hole. That's to release steam. Ideally, from what I've read, CanCooker's website and a little brochure that comes with it, you set your fire on a medium to low. You want it to where within 15 minutes you start getting steam. If you get steam sooner, your fire is too hot. If it takes over 15 minutes, you're not hot enough. So I'm going to try setting the fire on medium. Let's see, that's on high. I'm going to drop it down to a medium. Now I'm not going to make you wait and watch the 15 minutes. I'll turn you back on. Time is right. I'm about to pull the camera off so I can do my dishes while waiting for that to cook. So take a little break. This is the mount setup I'm using. I just turned the whole sink, go from the stove to the table. Anyway, I'm gonna do a check on the food. "15 minutes in, see what she looks like. Beautiful, beautiful. "15 minutes in. Steam effect is really working. And the lights did pop off when I first started cooking. Hopefully doesn't happen often. We'll check back in. Another 15-20 minutes should be cooked. Just shut the fire off. Cooking for 45 minutes. Really don't have a place to lay this down. All that grain. Being I'm using a steaming rack, I can't really scoop it without smashing everything. If I was using the ball, then I can scoop just like a regular pot. So you got two options. You can pour this all out in a big pan, and however it comes out, but then you'll get the liquid in the bottom is also going to go in your food. We finished getting everything out of the pot. No. Oh, I ain't going to waste. Alright, everything's out of the pot. If you never had steamed vegetables, the carrots are crisp and tasty. Wow. Excellent cooker. Well worth the money. Let it go for 45 minutes after the steam started coming out of the hole in the lid. Wow. Delicious. I'll show you how much mellow yellow is left. So about 45 minutes at 12 ounce. Still a little bit left. You could probably push it an hour, but there's no need to. Everything's cooked. It's a big thumbs up for the CanCooker for me.